Hey everyone, it's Lindy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I just wanted to bring you just a really quick update of what happened with my Black Friday sale. So not too long ago, I had posted about how exactly I make the most money during Black Friday every single year. And in that video, I had asked if you guys were at all curious to be updated on how exactly the sale went, if there was any problems, how much revenue it brought in and all of that. And surprisingly, there was an overwhelming number of people in the comment section that were really interested to hear about that information. So that's what this video is about today. The first thing I want to talk about is the process with actually setting up those sales. That was... whoa, there was a lot of listings to do. So I ended up posting, I think it was 105 separate posts that went live over the course of 5 days. It went live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday was off for Thanksgiving, then Friday, Saturday, and then I took Sunday off so that there was no posts going live while I was trying to get shipping and orders put together for people to start picking up. So that means that I filled 5 active days worth of posts with 105 different posts, and that was pretty time consuming. I had to basically go in while I'm looking at items, and I had to duplicate old listings within my Meta Business Suite. I had to duplicate those listings and completely adjust them to have a completely separate Black Friday special template. I then had to try to organize everything so that I could find it. It was very time consuming process. Let's just say that. It wasn't anything unbearable, but it was just very time consuming. But it absolutely paid off because every single item sold. Every single day, every single post, every single item was claimed, and most items were claimed by more than one person. Now, a lot of these posts, I only had one item, but each post had multiple claims in most circumstances. So when that happens, it's very difficult on me, I feel like, because there is like this race to claim an item, but the people that are claiming these items have to trust that I am being honest about who is winning these items, because the terms are very clear. The terms say whoever claims first on our view or my view of the page. And most times when people are commenting sold, if it's within a few minutes of somebody else, you don't even know somebody else has commented. That's just something that has to do with Facebook's back end, or Meta, whatever you want to call it, their back end. Not all comments will show up immediately. So I did have a couple of circumstances where there were people that were a little bit frustrated because they thought that they had won an item, but come to find out someone else had already claimed sold before them and they never saw their comment. Or there was a circumstance where somebody was beat out within 1 minute. And when that happens, I can see timestamps. So it doesn't matter to me where the position is on the comment section. I look at timestamps, because timestamps is the most fair and accurate way of making sure that the proper person that commented first actually wins. So while there wasn't a lot of people that were, thinking that I wasn't being completely honest, there was a lot of people that were very understanding that unfortunately they just did not win, and they understood that I was doing everything that I could do to keep this as fair as possible. That being said, I do think that there was a lot of people that were pretty irritated that there was a lot of the same people who kept claiming over and over again. And honestly, there's really nothing that I can do about that. If somebody wants to sit on the page and refresh it every 2 minutes to see if there's a new item coming live, I can't stop them from doing that. And I just know that there was a few people that were pretty irritated because I ended up losing about 26 followers over the course of Black Friday week. I think people were just really frustrated that they weren't able to actually get in there and claim anything. But I just wanted to say, for anybody who was super frustrated that they were not able to claim any items over Black Friday week, I just wanted to say that I am always going to be posting really good deals. Black Friday week is not the exception. So let me show you now what the Black Friday shelves look like compared to what they look like in the last video. And then I will take you to my computer and we will take a look and see how much revenue I did selling items so cheap. So now when we're looking at these shelves, keep in mind that some time has gone by since Black Friday. I have shipped everything that needs to be shipped for Black Friday. And so now everything that's left on these Black Friday shelves are local customers that are just waiting to schedule time to pick up their items. So there's a lot of items that are missing. It's because all of those items have already been shipped off to the customers that claimed them online. So you can see this first shelf is looking pretty scarce. A lot of that stuff is gone. This shelf down here is very, very scarce. Almost everything is gone. Up here, a lot of these items are gone. These are all just items that are awaiting pickup from local customers. So none of these items needed to be shipped. It's a very big difference. Very big difference from before the sale began. I have room on my shelves again. Okay, let's go take a look at my spreadsheet and see how much money I made selling items for an average sale price of around $5. All right, so this is my spreadsheet tracker. I am planning to make a video showing you guys how exactly I track sales for the Facebook page on a spreadsheet. That video is coming. So this is just kind of like a little sample, just a little taste of what exactly I do. But this is the tab that was specifically for Black Friday week. I ended up having 117 different items sell. So now while I did have 117 separate lines of items that sold, a lot of those were multiple quantities. So for instance, grill bags, I had a lot of the sets of grill bags that were still left. And so that actually took up 5 lines, even though that was only one listing with multiple quantities. You know, I had 3 different people each get 2 sets, and then 2 different people each got 1 set. So while there are a lot of items that have multiple quantities, I would say I probably ended up selling around 105 separate individual items. Now, everything did sell. There was not one item that was left. So everything did definitely move, which was greatly, greatly appreciated, because now all of that stuff is claimed. It's on its way out. I feel like I can start all of my Facebook shelves fresh. And total sales for the week ended up coming out to $657 with 0 cost of goods, because like I said, all of that inventory was basically free inventory, because the sourcing trips and the bin stores and all of that and the truckloads and everywhere where I got those pieces of inventory, I've already profited off of each of those sourcing opportunities. This was all stuff that was just left over, not claimed, not purchased yet, but I was not leaving any money on the table because all of those, you know, sourcing opportunities were already profitable. But I did get so many comments over messages about how people could not believe how good the deals were. I had people fighting in the comments over stuff. I had numerous people messaging me asking if they had one because they thought that they had commented sold before somebody else. And that was honestly one of the things that I was the most concerned about with doing something like this, was that there would be fighting in the comments, or I wouldn't be believed if someone else had actually claimed an item first. Because, you know, it's in the terms that it has to be the first person to comment sold on my view of the page, because if you're looking at the page, your comment is always going to be above everybody else's. Most of the times because it's just you. You are the commenter. Facebook wants to show you your comment first. But it can also have to do a lot with the Facebook settings, whether or not you have all comments showing up, or most relevant comments showing up, or the newest first comment showing up. That's all going to determine who is at the very top of the comment section. That is why whenever I close out these posts, I always look at timestamps. If someone is above or below, it doesn't matter if the timestamp comes in first. You get what I'm saying? But I did have some really, really good deals. You know, there was a battle in the comments for those Nubwo headphones for $10. I sold a red baking dish that was just absolutely beautiful for $5. I could not believe nobody even wanted it for $10 when I had it marked down to that originally. You know, really nice outdoor throw pillows for only $4. A mop set for $6. I sold numerous bottles of doggy hemp oil for only $2 a piece. I even sold comforters for between $8 and $10. So I think all in all, it was a very, very successful Black Friday week. And thank you to everybody who participated and helped me sell all of the stuff that I needed to get rid of. So now I do definitely consider Black Friday week a complete and total success. I'm very happy with how it went. I'm happy with the revenue. I'm happy that I got rid of so much stuff. But I do find myself wondering if I should not try something different next year. So this is where I want to get some feedback from you guys. I want you guys to try to give me some ideas. If I were to change what I did next Black Friday, what do you think I should do differently? Not necessarily differently regarding a posting schedule or a claiming schedule, but in terms of the kind of merchandise I'm selling. Do you think that maybe I should do something like sourcing an extra 1 or 2 items every single week and just specifically hold it for Black Friday rather than posting items so cheap that hadn't sold previously? Should they be more themed items for Black Friday week? Because I also thought about that because, you know, after Christmas comes, the holiday stuff definitely starts showing up in things like box lots or pallets or bin stores. Maybe I should just start getting all of the Christmas stuff that I can and maybe just, you know, make a little nook in the back corner of my basement and just start putting all the Christmas stuff there. And then the Black Friday week, it's all Christmas stuff. I have already thought about sourcing things like toys and holding toys for Black Friday week. But the problem with that is toys is difficult enough to source all year long. I don't really know if I would be able to accumulate enough toys specifically for Black Friday week, so I don't know. So I'm very, very curious to hear your ideas. Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of your support. I'm very, very grateful for every single customer that purchased over Black Friday week. Thank you again so, so much. I truly do appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching my content. I'm very grateful for all of you for being here. Please remember to hit the thumbs up. You can go down in the video description and you can click on my Facebook link if you want to go see how exactly my Facebook page functions. You can also purchase items if you would like to, because I do ship items. So that allows you to just join in on the fun and put sold in the comments of the posts on my page. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. Ring the notification bell, that way you're notified whenever I post my next video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.